and welcome to today's lesson, which is the lovely old song Drink to Me Only with Thine Eyes. We're doing it in the key of G, and you can play it in one of two ways, either in single notes as I did first of all there, or as I did in my second performance, playing in harmony. So the notes in ascending order that we play in this tune are as follows. We've got a B on the right hand side, you've also got an F sharp on the right hand side, on the left hand side you've got G, and then A on the right hand side, B on the left, C on the right, D on the left, E on the right, and there's also a top G on the right hand side. So you've got all the notes in the scale of G major, G, A, B, C, D, E, F sharp, and you've got a few doubled up. You've got two Bs to play, two Gs to play. So it's a pretty typical G major affair. If you want to play just the single notes, just ignore all the notes that are in brackets, because on my tablature any note that's in brackets is a harmony note or a bass note or an accompaniment note. So just the notes that are without brackets give you the tune. So you have as your first page, counting in threes. B, 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 C, C, D, C, B, A, B, C, D, G, C, B, A, G. So in the first bar, three notes, three beats, very simple. Second bar, the C is held for two beats and the other C comes in on beat 3. Third bar, D, C, B, one note per beat. Next bar, A, B, C, one note per beat. Next bar you've got B for two beats, A for one beat, and on the last two bars you hold a G for both those bars. The second page exactly the same, except there's an extra little D at the end of it to take you into page 3. So page 2 is one, two, three, 1, 2. And right on that last beat there, you play the D to take you into the next page. So I'll play that D and go into the next page. So you got D, D, B, D, top G, D, D, B, D, 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 E, D, D, C, B, B, A. So that's the tune, so not the notes in the brackets. So on page 3, first bar, one note per beat, D, B, D. Next bar, you got the top G, that's finger 2, right hand side, held for 2 beats. And then you got the D again on the left hand side on beat 3. Next bar, D, B, D, one note per beat. Next bar, D held for 2 beats, beats 1 and 2, and D on the third beat. And then you've got E, D, D, C, B, E held for 2 beats, D on beat 3, and then D, C, B, one note per beat. And the last 2 bars of that page, B 3 beats, A 3 beats. And then as it says, repeat page 1. So on my concertinas, the way I've got them tuned in equal temperament, I've yet to go into this in sort of more detail with my guy that does my tunings for me, but I'm pretty sure all my concertinas are tuned in equal temperament, which means that single notes sound great. Things like fifths sound great. They'll show you a fifth. So there's a fifth. So there's a G and a D, which is a fifth. That sounds great. So a minor third is something like this, an A and a C together, and you might be able to hear that lower overtone if the camera mic picks that up. I can certainly hear it here, and it's pretty horrid, hurts my ears. That's a minor third. A major third is the first pair of notes. There is an overtone, there's perhaps not so bad, but a major third is 2 tones. So if you like a G and a B together, that's a major third. So all the harmonies I put into this are major thirds. Sort of typical sort of singing harmonies, you might call close harmonies, but they don't sound that great. But anyway, have a try at this, it's quite good fun to do. It's the old sort of 2 fingers together thing. So left hand B and G together, right hand A and C together, left hand together B and D, back to the A and C, back to the B and G, and then you go to A and F sharp. Okay, so you've got F sharp, third finger, A first finger. Can you hear that? It sounds not that great, does it? Because that's the third apart as well. So back to B and G on the left hand, and back to A and C on the right hand, and then you've got B and D on the left hand, single note G, there's no harmony there, A and C again right hand, B and G left hand, A and F sharp right hand, and then you've got a harmony which will work because it's a G and a B, G with the left hand, B with the right. Now if it was G up to B, of course that would be a third, which wouldn't sound great. But you've got B coming up to G. So a harmony is where you have two notes or more. In this instance you've got a note which is the tune and a note which is not the tune but should sound nice with it, but unfortunately the way this concertina is tuned it doesn't sound that lovely. So here are the harmonies. So that's done completely in harmonies except for that single G. The second page is the same, and when you get to the third page you've got this. So picking it up at the bottom of page 2, you've got B and D, so that's the top D, okay, both on the left hand side, B and D, B and G, B and D, and then B again, but there's a top G on the right hand side, play with that. Again, they're a long way apart, those two notes, so they sound okay. Same again, this time you just stay on the B, D, then you play the B and the D again, and this time you've got E and C together. And that's a harmony of a third again. Doesn't sound too bad on my concertina, but you know it's still not great. And then you run down two lots of D, B, C and A, two lots of B, G, and then one lot of A and F sharp. And then you repeat page 1. So here's page 3. Timing is going into it from the previous page. 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3, and then you're into page 1 and repeating that to finish. Anyway, that's a little bit of a strange lesson today, but that is Drink to Me Only, With Thine Eyes, really old words and an old tune, lovely old song. There's loads and loads of versions of this out there on the internet. Like I say, that's the end of the lesson, and I really hope you enjoyed it.